Morning to watch has been Tata Motors. The deal to buy about 5 crore shares got done in no time at all, practically in the first 3 minutes of trade. And the stock didn't go up to 499. I think the prices have been much lower. And the Tata Sons team spent a good 100 crore less than they intended to. 2,500 crores could have been, but it is 2,392 crore that they have spent in buying that 1.73% stake. But what does this mean for Tata investors in general? Let's invite Anil Singhvi, Chairman, Ican Investment Advisors, to analyze. Good morning, Mr. Singhvi. Thank you very much for joining us. The Tatas have shown that they will, pay their way, that they will spend money. How should investors in all Tata Group companies look at this signal?
I think this fight, Lata, as you know, is getting messier by the day because this is not the best allocation of capital by Tata Sons. But one can argue both ways that Tata Sons definitely want Cyrus to be out, so they will use every ammunition at their hand. But I think it is still leaving the minority shareholders completely into lurch because whatever may be the wins at the EGM, but I think going forward, the whole structure of Tata Trust and Tata Sons and put a governance practice into place will be the key and litmus test on that. So I'm a bit amused by this whole 2,500 crore check for just shoring up 1.5%. Shareholding in Tata Motors, which shows that somewhere Tata Sons also feel that there could be some wins for Cyrus, which is not making me happy at all on this because this is not a personal situation which Tata Sons should be really looking at. They have not yet removed him from Tata Sons board, so there are many questions which have remained unanswered, Lata. So I'm a bit disappointed by this because Tata Trust was always asking for Tata Sons help in terms of increasing dividends. So this is not the best allocation of the capital by Tata Sons. So I don't know how Tata Trust will view this action of Tata Sons.
Okay. Mr. Singhvi, good morning. There's one theory in the market, it's just a theory that this could be one step towards the ultimate truth and this could be done to increase the sum of the part valuation of Tata Sons so that the 18% Mistry stake gets reasonable valuations on exit. Your thoughts on that?
I think it is far-fetched, according to me. I think there's too much of kite flying around all that because 18%, and first of all, whether Cyrus is really interested in selling off his 18% in Tata Sons and then look at the valuation. So to my mind, I think this is a very small battle to be fought because many companies, Tata Sons directly does not own that much of percentage. When we say Tata Holding, we include again listed companies as well on that. So I think this is another way of Tata Sons to shore up certain percentage holding in the company directly by Tata Sons. But 2,500 crore, according to me, is a very poor allocation. It's a misallocation of funds for just shoring up for taking Cyrus out. And there was no rationale, no reason that Tata Motors share today looks good for Tata Sons acquisition by about 2,500 crore. So I think there are a lot of questions to be answered on this issue of 1.7% stake increase on that, and would they be also doing in other companies as well? Because I think Tata Global and Tata Chemical and Tata Steel, and how much ammunition does Tata Sons have, and is that the right way of spending that much of money on the shoring of the stakes just to take one person out, and more importantly, he continues to be on Tata Sons board. So it's a very amusing situation.
So what should one expect from the EGM on the 22nd? I mean, it seems imminent now that Cyrus Mistry will be ousted. But as minority shareholders, what should we expect?
I think in most companies, it is against Cyrus and in favor of Tata Sons as things stand today. And today's action of Tata Sons to shore up their holding in Tata Motors definitely makes me believe that they want to use every ammunition to oust Cyrus on that. Now, it's a different matter whether Cyrus would go to the courts and ask for and seeking for a minority protection because he's an 18% shareholder. So to that extent of 2,500 crore, 18% of that is owned by Cyrus and family. And for his removal, if 18% of his stake is used indirectly on that, that's quite I think a legal battle which may, I think we get to see in next couple of days. I expect because 18% holding is too large a holding for him to not to knock the doors of the court and saying that this money has been used to kick me out of the board of certain companies where indirect holding is there.
Okay, so Mr. Singhvi, how does this battle end, do you think?
Lata, I think it's a very, very difficult question. According to me, they should diffuse this situation because poor shareholders in all these companies do not know which way to go. I'm told there's already a representative suit which was filed on the 5th of December, and the court, Bombay High Court, has asked a lot of other shareholders to join in if they want to join in on that. So I think this whole thing is becoming uglier by the day. It doesn't behold either for Mr. Tata or for Cyrus to get into this kind of a public spat. I think better they sit down and diffuse this whole situation for all the listed companies and shareholders and growth. At the end of the day, they should be looking at the growth rather than just taking a person out, because the whole board, according to me, last 1.5 months, I don't think they're running companies. They're right now seeing whether Cyrus can be kicked out or not. Is this the way listed companies should India be really working, or the boards will be working on that? It's a very, very difficult choice.
Fair point. Definitely on behalf of the minority shareholder, Mr. Singhvi, well spoken. Thank you very much for joining us with your perspective. Yes, there are definitely complaints for the minority